to show y'all is how I freeze dry my apples. I keep everything super simple. It's just, I don't have time for complicated things.
I like pork. Carefully, carefully.
I got more than just words. You bring me songs sweet like birds. I got more than just words.
Tips on how to keep the apples from turning brown, how to slice them, just things we learned over time. I'll tell you some things we've tried, if I saw a difference in it or not. It's easy and they taste so good and everybody loves them. If you just want to see the apples, go ahead and fast forward to 3 minutes and 16 seconds. That's the vacuum pump. It's so heavy. We actually had a problem with it. Well, we didn't have a problem with it. My husband was moving this for me when we had it in the house, and he didn't realize it was connected in two places. So there's a place that you plug into, and then there's also, this is what the vacuum, how it vacuums it out of the unit. Well, he did this one, but he didn't know it was plugged in, so he went to move it, and the whole thing toppled over, and I about had a heart attack because I take everything to the next level. Called their customer support, and they were so helpful and so nice, and they followed up with us several times. Back to normal, it's up and running. A little bit of a freak out moment, but we're good. I'm gonna move this table next to it. All of the hot air comes out of this. So it's coming, they placed it on the same side as this. So it comes out and it blows on this and everything just gets really hot. My husband built this countertop. I had some specific dimensions I wanted on height. And in a perfect world, I would have loved the vacuum pump to fit on this, but our doors were really narrow in the house, and if it was any wider, it wouldn't have fit, and been able to move around the house. So we just opted to have a second table. We could probably add another platform at the bottom and put the pump down there. Maybe we'll do that one day, but for now, it's on wheels and it works really well. And then we put our bucket. See, I also put my drain bucket under there, so I don't know. Alright, here's the hose for the drain. What I like to do, and normally this is like when I start it up, it's 76 degrees inside that unit. So I like to get it started a little bit earlier so it can cool down. So when I stick the, whatever I'm putting in it, already cold. It's 45 in here, so I have a feeling it's gonna get low pretty quickly, which doesn't hurt anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. I'll show you what I do with the apples. So the vacuum pump plugs into the unit, and then the unit will plug into the wall. That's plugged in, and then you need your let's see if you can see it turn on. If everything's working right. Oh, there it goes. You see it? I really haven't mastered messing with any of the settings. I just use what they have. I keep them updated with what's on the website, and I haven't had any problems. We have not done anything like canned eat or anything like that, but it's done great with any fruits and vegetables and any meats I've done. All right, so you're gonna get a stainless steel bowl, and we're gonna put our apples in here. I went ahead and grabbed 10 apples, and we're gonna wash them off before we cut them and put them in the freeze dryer, and I'll just move them over here and dry them. All right, we got the apples washed. We have our filtered water, which what we're gonna do with that is we're gonna add some lemon juice, and that's gonna help the apples stay more true to color and not turn brown while they are dropping temperature. My chamber is already 38 degrees and it's been on for 12 minutes. So it's taking me that long to get everything. We have the medium harvest right, and these are the trays that come with it. You can put parchment paper on here if you want. I have done apples with and without parchment paper, and honestly I haven't been able to tell a difference, so we're just going to put them right on the tray. If you do bananas, I like parchment paper. They seem to stick a little bit more, so the parchment paper helps them peel off. But apples, either way you want to do it, it's totally fine. Let's add about, I don't know, I guesstimate, about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And if you have an apple cutter, I'm not talking to anyone. If you have an apple cutter, you can do that and then cut them in half. But right now, I'm just gonna cut away. The thinner you slice them, the quicker they'll freeze dry. The thicker, obviously, the longer. I try to just stay consistent. So whatever you decide to do, use the same size through all your apples as best as you can. I'm gonna save this and give it to my chickens. This is the thickness we're gonna go with. I don't know, pinky thick. We're gonna put them in our lemon water. Alright, I've gotten through about half of my apples and I'm gonna put them on the tray. I don't like to leave them sitting out in like warmer weather because they will start turning brown. So I do mine in tray batches, and we're gonna fill up this. Ridiculous. We're gonna fill up this tray and get it into the freezer while I do the other trays, which will start cooling down. I just line them up in 2 rows. I'm shaking, it's so cold. So I'm going to put these in the freeze dryer. Okay, I'm going to make my way doing the other 3 trays that I have. I've got 2 more trays that need to go in. It's been going for about 35 minutes. It's at 35 degrees. I'm gonna lock it, check my drain valve to make sure it's closed, which I've done, but just double check, can't hurt. I'm gonna make sure it's closed. And then it's locked. We're gonna hit continue. And it's gonna go into freezing mode. It will do the freezing mode, I'm gonna guess for about 12 hours. Sometimes longer, but with apples, typically it goes about 12 hours. And then it'll move to drying, and that will go anywhere from 12 to 24 hours, depending on the size of your apples. The drying ends, I always take one out and I crack it open. Is it hard? Is it crisp? How does it feel in my mouth? Like, sorry, I'm a child. If it feels dried out to you. If not, you can add more drying time. I always check the bigger ones because those seem to be the ones that have the problem. So it's the next day. I did get up at 1:30 and check on these, and that's about when I timed it to like finish the drying process, and it did finish. I checked one, it was not ready, so I added like 4 more hours of dry time. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll show you. I'll bump it down and we're gonna open it up and see how it's going. All right, here are the apples. Now this does drip, so we added a towel. If you can see, it drips down here. And then all I do is hit, sorry, hold on. All I do is hit down and it ends the drying time. Don't hit anything else yet because we may need more drying time. You don't have to restart the whole thing over again. So let's check it out over here. I'm going to flip this. Sometimes I need 2 hands. That's gonna let the air out. Hear it. And then I keep it in the bucket. I don't know if you can see it now. There's a bucket. So I like to grab the biggest one and see, because if that's done, then everything else should be done. I know we have like a pretty big one here. I don't know, that was really dry. I kind of squeeze a little bit. It's not really giving. Oh my god, so good. Okay, we'll do one more because they're so good. Oh, see if you can hear it. Beautiful. Alright, so I'm gonna pull these trays out. See how easy they slide off? They did not need parchment paper. Now you want to get these things bagged and stored pretty quickly so they don't start absorbing like the humidity in the air again. I'm going to make sure my tube is in my drain bucket. Let's get to getting these apples to put away. So I had this jar left over from our last time we freeze dried apples, and I'm just going to refill it. I don't put an up, so we'll have 2 giant jars for snacks and whatever we want. We hope to do more camping, and I wanted to make meals and things that they could bring and just heat up with water, heat up with water. Cold? Alright, so we're gonna go fast because it's cold. Okay, it's my niece's birthday today. I've been thinking about her all week. I mean, that's a lot in there. Looks like I'm gonna need some more bins. Well, I really appreciate you watching this video. I hope you learned something about freeze drying apples. It can be for long-term storage. It can be for snacks, for healthy snacks for the kids, just variety for them and for yourself. I look forward to sharing more projects with you. We have fences to build. Since my greenhouse blew away, I have another greenhouse. I really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.